Is this live yet? All right. Happy Thursday, guys. No, it's Wednesday. Fuck. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. January 26th. Wait for a couple people to show up, but pre-tip show, we'll run over basketball. I looked at NBA actually last night too. So college basketball questions. We will I shall wait for a couple people to pop in, and then we'll kick it off. This is a good slate, actually. This is a really good slate. But yeah, we'll run through college basketball, NBA today. What's up, dude? Yeah, I think it's a good slate. I like it. What's up, Noah? What's up, dude? All right, cool. There's at least a few people here. Let's get going. Any games we want to start off with? Any marquee games we want to start off with before I go? I tried to write some shit down to help out today. Bella, you're in here too? Hold on. I'm going to leave that up for a second. Any like marquee games we want to kick off with before I start going through the picks from last night? All right, I'm closing this bell. It's a good thing for a while. Cool. All right. Seton Hall Marquette, the rematch. Yo, they're going to be grumpy as shit, huh? What's up, Dustin? Hello, sir. Seton Hall Marquette, kick it off. Yeah, well, if anyone watched the last game, how that shit ended, they're going to be pissed off. Do we have any word if Aiken's playing? If Aiken, the thing about that first matchup where they played, where it was like neck and neck down the wire, Bryce Aiken scored a lot of the points, and that they got, I think they rebounded like X amount out of those points. They got a ton of offensive rebounds. So like matchup wise, is Marquette going to hit a bunch of threes again? Maybe, maybe not. But is Seton Hall going to score as many points as they did last time? Probably not. So, like my matchup and everything wants to lean Seton Hall. The thing is, Roden's playing like shit. It's like similar to a Scruggs thing, where we're like, what the hell are they doing? Wow, what's the deal with Scruggsy? What's the deal with Roden having a little midseason slump? It feels like a ton of points, doesn't it? Doesn't that feel like a lot of points in that spot? I don't know. I don't think Seton Hall is playing well enough, even if it's a revenge spot, to lay that many points. So I will leave Marquette. But Marquette's tough as shit. Lewis needs to really push him. But Lewis has been super, like offensively, I like his initiative. I'll lean that way. Hartford, Binghamton, I don't know. Binghamton's spunky as shit. I don't want to fade Binghamton. They're so spunky. Yeah, and like maybe one of those things like small conference, no crowds. So like both teams win the away spot. Maybe. I like Binghamton. I think they're pretty good. Hartford, I feel like has a lot of people are giving them a lot of respect, but they haven't really shown that much to earn all of that respect. I'm trying to make sure this is showing. Providence, Xavier -8 at home. That's a lot, right? I know. There's two spots like this where I feel like the line's a little bit indicative of where at least like sharp money lies. I think sharp money lies on Xavier here in the -8 spot. Why the line's so wide? They don't want people piling in. Like if this was like -4.5, -5 or something, they would just pile the fuck in. But because if you think about Providence, really needs to get a lot through Croswell, and they need to get a lot through Watson inside, especially with Reeves out. So, like, you really want, like, offensively, like, Bynum's kind of fidgety. He's just a little fidget. And, like, what we're going to have Durham, like, initiate that much. So we need to do most of the things inside, and they kind of have the people to match up inside, right? So theoretically, and then at the guard spots, like Nate Johnson's, if nothing else, Scruggs can play like shit on offense, but he's fucking huge. So just like they can kind of swallow up Providence, and if Providence, that spot can get out of hand in a hurry. 88% of money on Xavier. These sites that I encourage, because like people that look at the spreads between, you got to look where the data comes from these places. So like a lot of things, it's like, different places people are betting on different things. In Vegas, some people are betting on some things. On overseas books, people are betting on certain things. On FanDuel and DraftKings, people are betting on certain things. So like where they take the stats when it says like, 77% of the money. What's up, Leo? When it says 77% of the money's on this team, it's like at what books? Like they're not aggregating data. These books that data costs a lot. That's why like if people have seen like Action Lab, Sports Insights, stuff like that, they change like the little like asterisks. It's like this data comes from here. That they've like had to change who their sources are and who they come from, because those APIs cost a lot of fucking money. I've looked into trying to get them, all stuff like that. So it costs a lot of money. Hey, Liam, we'll get to NBA in a little bit. So it's just interesting. Yeah, I saw it on Sports Action. Yeah, so all of those are aggregating data from different books. So some of them are like maybe incorporating like a Circa opens their lines really early, right? So if they're aggregated into the data, you're going to get like all the early money that swung the line on some of these, that from open to like on a Richmond yesterday that swings the line on the open. Then somewhere else opens it at -1 already, and then they get like 30%, and then it's skewed because it was from -1 open, and that's where the data is coming from. So if you just I'm just saying be weary of it. I'm not saying don't take it into account. I'm just saying be wary on it. I don't know about that. Pregame has 26% of tickets, 35% of cash on Xavier. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe people are taking Providence. I'm just saying when you're using those stats. Oh, you're saying pregame has that. Yeah, I assume there are people that took Providence at the wide open, and it probably came down to like 7.5 or something like that. And then somebody bought it back up to 8 because this is a really good matchup for Xavier, in my opinion. I put Lee and Xavier on the board. That's the one at the top. I have to lean them in this spot just because, like, if Fremantle and Nunji, and then you kind of think about, like, I think Horchler, if he gets matched up on Nunji or Watson, they're both kind of have a problem with him, aren't they? And how like kind of wired, just like more like lanky. The Providence big guys are better at up and down. They're vertical guys, not as much as the side to side. Let's go up and down more with them. You can get them into trouble when going side to side, in my opinion. Gonna need to talk me out of betting High Point today. I'm sorry, I don't have any opinion on High Point. I haven't watched them at all. Is Tubby Smith still coaching High Point? Like we all know Tubby Smith, right? All right, Liam, the Bucks. The Bucks are -4.5 where? They're in Cleveland. Yeah, I don't want to. I feel like this is wide. I feel like Cleveland's spunky. If I remember correctly, I watched the last Cavs-Bucks game. The Bucks were up really big for a lot of the game. The Cavs pushed it to make it like a tight game, like a 3-point game or something in the fourth, and then the Bucks pulled away again, if I want to say correctly. I believe in the Cavs long term, and I think they're going to keep like making it closer and closer and closer, like knocking off the Bucks, stuff like that. Maybe not, but I thought this line would be lined much closer. When I saw it was -4, -4.5, I probably would lean. I don't know why I didn't throw the Cavs on the board. That seems wide to me. Man, the guard plays so much better though. But I don't know. The Bucks are all healthy, huh? The guard play. But I believe in the Cavs. I don't really want to play against the Cavs now that like few week period where they were way overvalued is over. So you can do what you like in that spot. I don't feel super heavy on it. Talking about, I saw somebody say we got to talk about the Florida State game. That's one of my picks. I like Florida State. I think it's going to come back down. Is it at 5? There's still 5s available because there were 5s when I made the post. There were a few of them. I didn't want to put it if there weren't, like there were 3 or 4 available. How many 5s are available now? Because I can see people buying back in that spot. One seckie. Let me see. Let me see how many. Seton Hall's at 5.5. It's going to go back if people take it back to 6. It's fucking wide, man. It seems really wide to me. Like Seton Hall can, I guess, just grab boards and just it's terrible, and Marquette runs into a wall on offense and it's just bad. But I guess you're buying low on Seton Hall if you want that spot. Tubby is still the coach at High Point. Tubby. I like Tubby. Hey, I'll never say bet against Tubby. You want to take some Tubby tonight, you take some Tubby. It's 5.5. Fucking annoying. Those 5s got bought up quick. Well, I bought a bunch of them. But I think Florida State is so fucking real deal now. I think Florida is so real deal. Florida State, I mean. Florida team total under 60. I can see it against Tennessee. I have no idea how they score either. I have no idea how they score at all in any games. Tim, you commented. Anthony Polite, not Michael. Anthony, the Swiss knife. The Swiss knife guard. I like Anthony Polite. I think he's played better his last few games. If you're a FSU guy, dude, Caleb Mills has to be. He's still, we're not at, pinnacle where he's completely taken over this team and everybody's like, all right, we know Caleb has to get the ball in like the last 4 possessions of the game. It's just stupid. It doesn't matter. But we're at the point where at least like we know, okay, biggest times, Caleb's got to get it. And we're just going to trend towards more Caleb usage. Caleb Mills is the fucking guy. I watched him at Houston. He got swallowed up in that rotation because it's like embarrassment of riches for Kelvin. Why is my brain Sampson for him? And he didn't know he didn't know the rotation. He couldn't figure it out. Now that Caleb has his own team, dude, I'm telling you, Caleb Mills is going to be, we're going to be like, oh shit, Florida State's in. This is a guy that could take Tubby. This could be, not Tubby, damn it. Now we're talking about Tubby Smith. This could be his best team. I'm telling you, because of Caleb Mills' upside. Caleb Mills just loves to drop his dick all over the place. Bonnie's, we'll get to next. We'll get to Bonnie's, then we'll do Hokies. I think with their top end, I think Matthew Cleveland's fucking awesome. Look at the prototype on him. Who is even like an NBA prototype to match with Cleveland? I was trying to think about him because he's like, fucking, he's going to be like a 6'8" guy that like eventually once his handles get a little bit better, but he's got a nice shot. He's tough as shit. He's a big time kid. They have a bunch of big time kids all over that team. I think Osborne's like an unbelievable leader. I think, dude, Georgia Tech stinks. They stink. And Florida State's like a rocket ship that's going to continue to take off. For me, I'm taking Florida State. I don't give a shit. I think Florida State's freaking good, man. I think they're really good. Georgia Tech at this point is kind of proven to us they stink. They stink. If they're not even going to put up resistance when like Notre Dame walks in the house, what are you going to do when all that athleticism and the fucking wave that is Florida State right now walks in? They're just going to crush them. Yeah, we'll talk NBA. I just mentioned the Bucks one. We're going to have to do it again at the end now, though. Now we do NBA all at the end. Bonnie's is in my leans category, but I just swooped it in and threw a little bit on them because I got a good price. What is it at across the board? What is it mostly going to be, like minus 140? Minus 145? I got a big free spot somewhere with somebody that likes George Mason, and I can't believe in him tonight. The biggest thing, did anybody watch the end of, you want to talk about Grandison last night? We'll talk about a few general college basketball comments because people that were all over Arizona yesterday, and I told you, it doesn't matter if they can be like whatever by the end of the season, best team in the country, walk into UCLA's house. Bro, Kirk Carissa has no fucking idea what he's doing. As a guy that wants to have the usage he has and like wants to be, because he's like acting like I'm that guy, I'm going to run this team, all this shit. It's like, dude, you have no fucking idea what you're doing. And you need to coach them. You need to do something about that at Arizona because that offense just can't physically do it and stuff. And they're trying to turns Mathurin into a player he's not. And the whole thing falls apart. So Kirk Carissa, you got to get your shit together. The Big Ten fucking stinks. Another thing from yesterday. Back to topic. And I think Colorado might be real deal. They got something cooking there. We might have to buy some Colorado money line in the Pac-12 tournament because Colorado's jazzy. Something about jazzy. AZ was due. They're not great. Yeah. Kirk Carissa couldn't hit water in the middle of the ocean. Dude, but the problem with Kirk Carissa is somebody that can't hit, but he like kind of can set up other players, but he still needs to be working on that so much. Those fucking off a curl or something threes he takes or like off a screen, fucking horrible shots. Like if I was the coach, I'd just be like out, out, out. Because I looked at his stats. It's like, dude, you haven't proven that you can do that at all. So we shouldn't be doing it. Like you're shooting like 33% from three or something. You're not that. When you have the other options on your team, you get limited touches to Tubelis, stuff like that. I mean, the stuff where like Koloko or whatever couldn't hit a layup, that's what it is. All right, St. Bonnie's versus George Mason. Biggest reason. Did anybody watch the George Mason St. Joe's game the other night? I think I leaned George Mason or something, so I wanted to watch it, and I watched the end. And dude, by the end of the game, Josh Oduro was like limping around. That's like a serious problem. Because maybe like if he's like full health, stuff like that, he can get in, burn him. But dude, he was like, toughing it to get that win because he was so high usage. I think he had like 29 points or something like that. He had a really good outing. If he's limited these guards against good, I don't like to give St. Bonnie's their credit, but they do have good perimeter defense against guards. And they're kind of like probably bigger. Not going to suffer too much with a quickness thing. So I think it's just a fucking problem. I think George Mason's going to have problems. If Oduro didn't have that problem, I'd probably just be like, I'll pass. But I feel like I got to nip at it just because I watched the end of that game and I put the fucking hours in on this one. And I just think I'm going to nibble at some St. Bonnie's because I think they get it done. It's a really good matchup because otherwise it's like 4 out. And then those two, if Oduro is hobbled inside, Osinye can even apply pressure. Man, Chinese really coming out there. Apply pressure. Yeah, love FSU. What was the other one we passed on? Oh, V-Tech. Because that's another one. That's like the Xavier one where I think like they're telling you a little something. This is a good matchup for Virginia Tech, in my opinion. Because Miami still hasn't put it all together yet. Like we're taking too many jump shots. And when we can cut as well as we can, and like a lot of stuff we're doing in the Duke game, we can do that in other games. We get falling too in love with like Isaiah Wong turning into a star, all these other things where we're not taking the highest quality shots, and I don't like it. I think are we really gonna because Isaiah Wong isn't even gonna take it all the way to the rack most of the time. He's gonna take a pull-up jump shot. So are we really gonna punish Virginia Tech that bad for that backcourt? I mean, at one point Virginia Tech might not be that good, but I mean Mutz and Aluma at least have an attitude on them, if nothing else. And they're going to be able to, fucking eat up Wardenberg and whoever else. So theoretically, not the best, but I still can't take it. I mean, fuck that. I'm going to lay that against Miami is better. The other thing you got to think about is just Miami has tons of three-point regression coming down the pipeline. Whatever else, and they can hit threes. I can just see this being a game where Virginia Tech hits absolutely fucking everything because they have everything rolling. They're starting to go double Aluma and Mutz, who are good enough to pass out, especially Aluma, and it just turns into a problem. Miami starts a little lull here where they're trying to figure out how do we optimally play a little better, and then by season's end they're dangerous again. So I don't want to touch it, but I fucking gun to my head. I'm going to lean Miami because I like Miami, and Virginia Tech hasn't proven it no matter how good a matchup it is. But I do think the matchup is there for them. Grandison sold Illinois spread last night. Dude, MSU also needs to figure out. It's just get the ball to the big guys. Stop it. The rest of you, stop it. Stop it now. Get the ball to the big guys. The Big Ten stinks. Let's all be honest. Let's all be honest here. The Big Ten stinks. It stinks. These teams all stink. Hold on. Let me do this one first just because Kerr is Remy White. Are you talking about Remy Martin? Oh, that's kind of funny. I like Remy Martin more, though. At least Remy Martin wins. I haven't seen this kid win anything. All right, let's just get through this really quick. Hokies seems like books are begging Miami. Oh, nice call, Noah. Very nice. Yeah, I believe so. Bradley, Braves, money line. I trust fuck Bradley. And now that I missed that spot against Drake, fuck them even more. I glanced right over who Bradley versus Valpo. I think maybe a dragon will pop out of the floor and fucking do a backflip. I have no idea what happened. Those teams are so enigmatic. They make no sense to me. We will talk NBA in a little bit. I just want to get through at least these picks that are on the board. But Bradley, Valpo, like, I don't know. Valpo turned the corner against Indiana the last two games and actually started to close out games. They've been in every game. They have like high major talent. So I don't want to go against. I don't want to take any Bradley. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. Because can't you put will Kobe King guard Terry Roberts? And then that shuts a lot of things down. As an LSU fan, I am not laying 9.5 on this losing streak without Pinson and possibly Days. A&M is not bad. No, we've thought A&M wasn't bad all season. We have A&M on the leans board. I entirely agree with your take. Fucking stupidly high. I mean, I don't trust that Eric Gaines kid as far as I can throw him. You should look him up on YouTube. He like does a lot of things with like, I don't know, man. That kid's got a lot on his plate, and I think the people around him need to make life a little easier on him. I'll put it that way because I think he could be really good. Jake, you talk Bucks real fast. Oh shit! All right, Bucks real fast. I don't know. I have the same opinion I had earlier. Shit. Let me look at the Bucks injury report really quick. Otherwise, I lean Cavs, man. I don't want to lay. I feel like they're telling you the Bucks are gonna win. Yeah, Giannis is going to end up playing. Okay, so the only people out, it's really just like the Brook Lopez thing, right? Anybody else got a real opinion on the Bucks? I kind of said I don't want to be betting against Cleveland right now because I feel like that little thing where they were super overvalued all the time. Like this spread isn't saying it's super overvalued. And is anybody like really, really? Ow! Is anybody really? I think the Bucks win, but I don't know if they win by 4.5. Because the guard play, yeah, okay, guard play on the road, check the boxes, and Cleveland still has to be. They're giving us something in this. Neither are on a back-to-back, are they? No. So they're both rested. Bobby Portis is back in for a bit. Have all the pieces. Yeah, the guard play is so much better. They at least muck it up a little bit. But I think the Cavs make it fucking close, man. If the Cavs win, I'm not going to be shocked about it. But no, I think the Bucks probably win. But I think this is going to become a much more even series where it's back and forth because they figure it out. Yeah, I think it's close. I think it's going to be a close game. But yeah, I think the Bucks probably win. Fucking now that I think about it, is that a little more in my heart than my brain? Yeah. I'd rather do Bucks. Liam, you got any more? It sounds like you're in a hurry, brother. You're a good man. You got any more real quick? Arkansas, Ole Miss. In the meantime, I got 2 questions for that. If you lose money on Arkansas ever, like I just did last week, I sprinkled a little bit on them. You would never be mad at yourself because these guys are just the most enigmatic guys on earth. Like Chris likes. He leaves. Miami automatically gets better. Who else is on that roster? Oh, Audie's Tony, part of that crazy crew that Capel recruited that completely fell apart. Didn't win anything there. Left. Pitt's pretty spunky now, aren't they? It doesn't seem like Capel was as much of the problem as those kids. Like you saw Champagne get drafted. Like I feel like maybe they were a bigger problem. I feel like this team is a bunch of wildcats. I feel like they're crazy. I really like Jalen Williams, but I don't like this crop at all. I don't think Ole Miss is great, but Ole Miss, because I just don't trust Arkansas, and I think they come out dummies as more than not. And it's just like I love what's his face, Devo, but disappointed with Will Wade's lack of offense this year. It's because he's got some crazy cats, man. They are some crazy cats. I think he needs to – I'm not sure, man. He doesn't really love the discipline thing, teach us much discipline. Let's do Northwestern Michigan really quick because that's like a marquee one. Want to be on Northwestern here so bad, but I don't trust them as far as they can throw them. Can I see Northwestern just coming out and winning? I can't. But – Michigan's trending. I just don't know. Do you trust Devontae Jones or whatever his name is, the Coastal Carolina transfer that runs the show now? I think Devontae Jones. Do you trust him against like Audige's pressure? Because that's probably not going to work out that well. There's things that Northwestern can definitely do. Does Michigan, does that inside, because they probably faced the same inside last year? I don't know. I kind of passed by this one, but it's going to end up being, I just can't. This seems like one of those things to me where it's like, all right, Michigan had a couple good performances, but I can't just like take them to the bank right away. Northwestern, people buy into Northwestern because statistics, people like them. Like I look at that. The only things I really look at statistics for, because it's mostly just matchups and like matchups, watching people play, who's playing well, shit like that for me. Because I've tried a million different things. I've been doing this for fucking since I was like 12 years old. So I'm about to turn 32. So long fucking time. Try a few different things. I like what I do best. They have like any algorithm shit like that are really gonna like you'd be shocked, but they have like a freakishly high assist to turnover percentage, stuff like that. So they play good defense stuff. They're just like, you can't factor in how fucking crazy their guards are, which is why I probably won't end up with any Northwestern. You just can't factor in what Looney Tunes Audige and Bowie are at times, because they're wild, man. I mean, fucking crazy. So it's like another kind of team where it's like you lose on them. If you lose on like Chris Likes doing crazy shit, it's like, man, that sucks. Probably a close game, and the refs handed to Michigan at the end. The refs have been handing games away. It's a big thing right now. So wait, before we get into any more, you can spam. I think I got everyone in the chat right now, and then we'll catch back up. Hawks. The Hawks are like a massive favorite against the. I'm gonna run through these after this, but the Hawks are massive favorite against the Kings. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't care if they're trending up. I can't do it right now. I think like, dude, at 9.5, like the money line's tempting there for me. It's scarily tempting. But I can't. I'm not gonna. They're just like, it's one of those things where it's like, in Auburn, something like yesterday, where it's like, you gotta have, when a team is streaking and everybody's talking about it and the market is valuing them like they're streaking, you gotta have a damn good reason to take them. Something really good matchup wise, something like that. And I don't know. I just don't see that in this game. I could take I always feel like, okay, being a little spunky with the Kings with as long as they have Rashawn Holmes. Rashawn Holmes is we don't take them without Rashawn Holmes. Bowie does what he wants, gives the coach the finger, and shoots at a 30-footer. They all do. I don't know what the hell, because he's like a Duke guy too. I guess, I mean, that's a big taking your hands off and just being like, do whatever the fuck you want is a big thing from that tree recently, especially with although Capel seems like he's a lot more like hands-on, everything like that. But what's his face is you like Bucks? I think it's a great spot. Got Bucks. Bucks just better. Yeah, I think the Bucks win the game for sure. Whether they cover that, I think it'll be tight. Because the Cavs at this point have kind of proven to us that they're like kind of real deal. Granted, if they're lining it like this, I think maybe the Bucks are turning up and they're gonna just wipe the floor with them. So I can see it. I can definitely see it, my friend. The only NBA game, as long as we're on NBA, the only one I'm taking is the Clippers over the Magic. I think this line's just fucking stupid. Reggie Jack, I think the Clippers are better now than when they have like Paul George and Kawhi and shit. At least in terms of investing, they're a much better spot to invest in. Yeah, Liam, I like it. Cavs are going to regress at some point, hit a little midseason lull, something like that. I agree. But to what extent? I think they're spunky as fuck. So I don't know whether they cover, whether they don't cover. What's legroom? What does that mean? I'm so fucking confused. LeBron. Oh. They haven't been good since 2015, legroom. No, the Cavs are going to be good. I'm telling you, with this young core, they're going to be really good because Kevin Love's an unbelievable leader. Hold on. Let me just finish up this Clippers. Then we'll go to the BU lean. Clippers, I just think people undervalue the shit out of Reggie Jackson. Did I miss something and Reggie Jackson's not playing? Is Reggie Jackson not playing? If Reggie Jackson's playing, because just when it's just Reggie Jackson having the ball and just running around, Reggie Jackson's in, we're good to take him. When it's just him running around, creating stuff for other people, with a bunch of young, hardcore, hungry kids and shit like that, I think they're good. I think they're super undervalued in the market. I think Reggie Jackson's awesome. When you have Paul George and Kawhi playing like the let's alternate jump shots game from like the mid-range, not even threes, let's play the alternating mid-range, most inefficient offense in the world jump shot game, and leave everything up to variance, then sure, Reggie Jackson gets to the rim. Reggie Jackson kicks out for wide open threes. I think Reggie Jackson's the fucking man. I get they're playing on a back-to-back, but they're young. They're young. You should be hungry. You should be ready to play. All those guards, fucking get in there, rebound, create some noise. Who's guarding Reggie Jackson? Which one of these children on Orlando's guarding Reggie Jackson? I like this matchup. I think the Clips are going to win. I'm taking whatever. I'll take plus. Damn it, I got +2 before. +1.5's fine, whatever. Wait, read my comment, Jake. What, yesterday versus Wizards? What? I don't know. This Vegas picks thing, I don't know. I don't know who that is, and I don't like negativity, so I have no idea what that's about. Also, expand on BU lean. They're a step above Lafayette and Patriot. Agreed. I think they're better. What was it about? There's something about either turnover or 3-point stats, but I think BU's much better, dude. And Boston has like a bunch of old people. How fucking long have they been there? They should be beating the shit out of people getting ready for the tournament relatively soon, like just rounding into postseason form. They should care. I mean, how many games do you have left? You've all been there for fucking 6 years. I think we should be betting on BU almost every game as long as it's not against a terrible matchup. I think my boys, my Lehigh Mountain Hawks, have a good matchup against Army tonight with how big our fucking guards are. We have like a 6'6" and a 6'7" kid. A bunch of people have mentioned Lehigh, so I finally caught one of the games. And we got some big ass guards. And if and we're playing well, and if Army needs Rucker and that other kid Caldwell, what's his name? The other one that they just create everything with, they're super ball dominant. I think if we just swarm them, and we already have a time seeing them from when they beat our ass at their place, I think at even money, Lehigh is the way, or nada. I don't really want to bet on. I just think there's better shit on the board today, and I'm like kind of heavily invested. Okay, I don't see what you think about Iona just as a team. I like Iona. I think Tyson Jolly is the dude, and I think Elijah Joyner is a winner. I mean, they're going to advance. There's no Maris needs like another year. I really like the young core that they have. I forget the one, something with an R is one of their names, and then the other one, the Atuka kid, I think are really impressive. I think Niagara is like regressed from what I thought they'd be. Who else is spunky? That St. Peter's Maris game tonight is actually interesting. I want to take St. Peter's, but just because Atuka kid's still getting back, I feel like Maris was playing a little above how they were just hitting a lot of shots. What's that other young guard's name? I like him, but St. Peter's just kind of has more years on him. Maris is going to have to hit a bunch of jump shots, and I just don't know. Will they be able to do that? But the line's too short now. If we would have gotten 3.5 or 4 at the opener, that would have been really nice. But yeah, no, Iona, I think can do. I think they can win a tournament game. Yeah, I mean they're that good. The thing is, here's my thought on Iona. My biggest thought on Iona: what the fuck is Quinn Slazinski doing? That kid needs to stop shooting. You're just not very good, dude. I've watched you now here. I've watched you at Louisville, and while your stroke looks good, the shot doesn't fucking go down. So stop shooting so many shots. That's my opinion on Iona. If that guy stopped shooting so many shots, it'd be better. Give your shots to Myers because they're threes anyways. So give your shots to Myers. You're like shitty twos you take. Fine, keep taking. But give the threes to Myers you're taking. Fucking that Myers kid's got a nice stroke, yo. That kid's nice. I like his stroke, man. It's very pure, very pure. That nice little lefty stroke, a little Trent Frazier going on from that kid. Although Trent Frazier seems to be like leaning away or doing something crazy in every shot, and it still just works. Not sure if you went over the Creighton Butler game, but that line is odd. People taking Butler. Nemhard, they think Aaron Thompson will probably swallow up Nemhard, which I can see happening. Butler's kind of spunky. They haven't gotten the win yet. Creighton's been trending up. I think a lot of it comes down to, for Creighton, a lot of their matchups seem to be dependent on how much success they can have inside, because that's their steadiest scoring, and all the other stuff is super variable. Like they can't always get their 3-point guys open looks. So how does that match up with Butler and Johnson and them? They have Bo Hodges, who has been playing a little better. I don't know. Creighton's been playing better, but long term, I don't believe in them. I don't believe in anybody with the last name Nemhart. I just have learned over my years to caution, to temper how I feel about them. Real quick. So gun to my head, I'll just fucking have to take Creighton because I have to. But I understand why, because Aaron Thompson is going to swallow Nemhart up whole, and they are super ball dominant to him. What? Name Jake. Liam, are you having a spastic attack, my friend? What's going on? Hold on. I'm going to go over really quick the Tulsa pick, the picks from last night. Because, all right, we went over Florida State. I just think they're on a fucking rocket ship, and I think Caleb Mills is the man. Tulsa over Tulane. Tulane is overvalued at this point. This is too wide, in my opinion. It should be like it should basically be a pick'em, because it's a nuts matchup for Tulsa. If you don't win this spot on the road, I don't know if you're going to win any all season. Horn. People use this. Remember when we had the Temple game? And I said yesterday, I said, we want to lead Cincinnati, but Damian Dunn's that fucking guy. Are we going to learn Damian Dunn's that guy? We're going to be the fan group of Damian Dunn. He is bringing Temple basketball back to the postseason. Temple Dunn, he might need another year, but Damian Dunn is that fucking dude. I've multiple times. I like him so much that I've tried to cook up ways in my head that he can make the NBA. Like figuring out how to message him and be like, let's get you on this meal plan or something. Fucking, I like that guy so much. He's won me so much money. I fucking love that guy. Yeah. How is he not the man? And dude, the thing about Temple, none of it's fluky. That's why you can invest in them further down the road. And like next year, we're just going to be fucking another year with these guards all together and shit. And Jordan a year older in the weight room. We're just going to be investing in Temple every week. We just every day, every week, Temple. But they're not, you see at the end of games, they're getting shit done, like executing. Like you saw the last play that they won against Cincinnati. They had to get done the ball, late shot clock in the middle of I watched the end of that game. In the middle of the fucking whatever, not the restricted area, whatever, the key. And he jumped up, got it, and turned around. It was exactly what they want to do. That kind of execution out of a young team and road wins that they've gotten executing. Dunn is that guy, my guy. Damian Dunn is that guy. I love that kid. How did that even come up? Oh, when we took Temple on the road over Tulsa, a big point that people kept saying to me was Horn. And I was like, yeah, he will be effective, but his effectiveness will wane as the game goes on. And it'll get a bunch of people into foul trouble, but they kind of have a wave of guys to get done. And then my biggest thing was just I think Temple's real deal in that game. But you watch the game, Temple had to hit a bunch of big shots, and Horn is he's a guy that when and between him and Haith, when they find a weakness on the defensive end, they'll just exploit it, continue to go to it, continue to gash it. And I think they're going to gash fucking they're going to just destroy. They're going to put the shoulder into Kevin Cross's chest, and Kevin Cross is going to repeatedly get frustrated. He's a little bit wild. You can get him out of his game. You can get into his head a little bit. I think they're just going to continue. Man, my eyes are red. But I think they're just going to punish him. And when you look at Tulane's offense, for some reason, Cook just doesn't really know how to find his optimal role, and their biggest playmaker really is Kevin Cross. So I think as long as Horn just dominate that matchup, and the game's fucking over in my opinion, because I think the guard play is good enough on the Tulsa side, just steady enough. It's going to be they're going to have the little more steady guard play. They're going to capitalize on more mistakes. Tulane's going to have a little more flash in the pan. We're going to have to notwithstanding, fucking get through whatever, man. My brain's mushed. A couple threes from Forbes, maybe a couple key ones, but ultimately Tulsa gets the job done. I think Horn has a fucking monster day. Evansville over Northern Iowa. We do not like Northern Iowa. I think Evansville could definitely win this game. Northern Iowa, I've watched so much MVC this year, and Northern Iowa is not a good basketball team. They have talent, they're not good at basketball. You can score on them pretty easily, which is Evansville's biggest problem, and Evansville knows how to score on them. If you look at that, Evansville finds a way to beat them like once a year. It always fucking happens. No matter how good they are, how bad they are, whatever. The teams really match up, and these Evansville, like their starting five at least, have been around for like however long. No, they're not that great, but when they really know a team are going to get some layups, get some easy buckets. Northern Iowa's played how many OT games recently? 3 or 4 or something like that. No, AJ Green can't single-handedly cover for them, and no, he's not a dog. I've watched enough AJ Green. AJ Green is selfish. Not to me. I don't want him. Fuck. I'm not in with the negativity. I don't think he's the best team player I've ever watched in my life. I'll put it that way. I think a lot to be desired out of AJ Green in my book. A lot to be desired out of Burrow in my book, because I think he's a lot more capable. I've seen that guy play amazing, and the fact he can't be more consistent is bone crushing. They're the most inconsistent team ever. Yeah, I think there's like 30% of the time where Northern Iowa beats them like by 70 tonight. Now, I think there's a higher percentage of the time, like 60, 65, 65, 70% of the time, where this game is super close at minimum. Dude, Northern Iowa's played so many games recently, they don't give a shit. They're tired. And they don't care, like going to play Evansville. We just dropped 2 in a row. Like maybe we'll try and get a win. Like we all play selfish ISO basketball. Like we don't seem to have the best team chemistry. We have like next to no big men with Fife's injury issues and shit like that. I don't know, man. You can like beat them by, if you're just a veteran team and you just get Noah Carter with a couple fouls, that team's fucked. They are fooked in my opinion. Cal Baptist, awesome matchup. We like investing in Cal Baptist. Why are they giving us this price? Probably because Sam Houston has Savion Flagg, has been playing much better lately, been causing a bunch of fucking turnovers. Well, Tarleton tried to do that against them, and what happened in that game? We got Cal Baptist at like plus 190 or something, and they just dominated the whole fucking game. If your whole game is to turn Cal Baptist over, then dude, these like brothers, I assume Taryn's still not back, or they'd probably be like -3 or -2, -2.5, something like that. He's worth a couple points for he's the point guard, even if he's a freshman, he's still the point guard, true freshman. But he's a stud. The Armstrong brothers, bro, they're from fucking Tasmania. They're tough as shit. See, on their hand, they're from Tasmania, but where the fuck is Kirk Carissa from? I looked it up the other day. One of the Stones, like Estonia, one of those kind of places. I don't know what the difference is, but these Tasmanian kids know how to win. This Estonian kid has no idea what the fuck he's doing out there. I really like Cal Baptist. It's I think they're both going to probably be playing like a 4 in, 1 out with Flagg at like the 4, whatever. That works out fine for us. Cal Baptist is fucking huge at the guard spot. They play Aiken, similar kind of setup. We're going to handle the ball well. We're going to get clutch buckets. We're like I feel like we're arguably the better team. I do kind of like Savion Flagg, but I just don't think your win condition is to turn the ball over a ton. Who just beat their ass? Because they went and beat Tarleton, then they played somebody else, and it was like a lackadaisical performance. They just put a lot into that Tarleton game. It was a lot, and then traveling to another place, longer road trip, wash whatever that next game was where they got the shit beaten out of them. I think they win here tonight. Yeah, Sam Houston. I think we have a lot of advantages in this game. Sam Houston also turns the ball over a lot on offense too. We're gonna have a lot of extra possessions. I think. I really do see a lot of extra possessions coming. And then what else? Those are from the overnight. I talk Clippers. East Tennessee. I want some East Tennessee over UNC Greensboro. UNC Greensboro brought back. What are the twins that play for them? Not twins, brothers. One of them was out. He came back. They won a couple games. The market got a little like fucking overvalued on them. Like, oh, they're back to who they are. That's what whoever's buying this shit today is like, oh, it's going to come around because of that. It's going to be a close game. Both teams struggle to score, but just extra possessions for East Tennessee. East Tennessee's good when they can, like you watched earlier in the season, they beat a team like Kent State, who's pretty good. You just got to cause turnovers. They're going to be able to cause turnovers on UNCG. I honestly, because I've waited, I'm still waiting. I don't know whether I'm taking like a minus 145. I saw that was available earlier, or like whatever the spread is now, -3. We see a -2.5. I'll take that. I think it will be a close game, but East Tennessee is going to win this game. It's a good matchup for them. I don't trust UNCG to handle the ball well enough on the road against the pressure that they're going to bring. What else we got? Are there any in here? We said Bonnie's. I think Bonnie's has to be moved to the sprinkle category. Probably will. Hall versus Marquette. I touched on that one earlier. Yeah, I like Marquette, and I believe in the people. I have a Daryl Morcell sweatshirt here somewhere. I forget who they hit for us. It's like a +300 against Illinois. Took them against Illinois early in the season. With some of that money, I bought a couple Daryl Morcell sweatshirts to support them. I like them. I like what Shaka's doing. Apparently, so I didn't know, but he got an analytics guy, Shaka. So rather than doing absolutely fucking nothing like before at Texas, at least he has like an analytics guy being like, take these kind of shots. Don't take these kind of shots. So that's better than just the squat nothing he was doing before. So I mean, it's working out better. The guy's a great recruiter, identifier of talent. I like the team. I don't think Seton Hall's playing well enough, even though I understand like extra possessions, all that. I just don't believe that they're playing well enough to justify how big the spread's gotten. I can see if you wanted to take Seton Hall at the 4. I don't want to take them this wide because I can see Marquette just beating their ass. Like, because in the last game, yes, Seton Hall should have won. Yes, Seton Hall is going to be motivated. That call at the end of the game, the foul on Bryce Aiken when the other guy like threw his elbow into his chin, and you have basketball karma, all of that. I believe in basketball karma. I abide by it. So I get all of that. But saying that, is Bryce Aiken playing? Because Bryce Aiken was like scored a shitload of those fucking buckets down the stretch. So even if you keep kicking the ball out and the ball doesn't go in because Roden's playing like shit, there's just going to be like, less points. Like, are you going to get in the 70s in this spot? Or is this going to be a game that's played in the 60s and Marquette can cover it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I lean the Marquette way probably. Wofford +5.5. No, I got Noogie on the 5.5. Dude, I think Wofford sucks, and I think people have been paying the price for that name for a while now. Yeah, they stink. I've watched them a couple times. That team kind of stinks for me. All of the people that had any success in that program are no longer there. I don't subscribe to Wofford anymore. Noogie's upside is big, with or without John Baptiste. They have a really, really big upside, man. They're fucking talented. I like Noogie. I think Noogie's going to start turning it around because I think Noogie's going to win that conference. They're starting to get it together. You see what's his face playing better. It's all about Malachi Smith, and if he's playing better, the Wright State transfer. That fucking class that they had, Wright State had, was so good. They had Holden, Malachi Smith. I think all those kids are from the same class. Trey Calvin. I think they were all there, and it was just too much of a logjam, and they couldn't get playing time. So what's his face left? But Malachi Smith was part of that class for sure. I really liked him. I lean Noogie. I wanted to put Noogie on my card, but I couldn't take it at 5.5. I think Wofford stinks, man. I really think they stink. There's like some serious talent on what's her faces? I'll do Jazz Suns. We touched on Miami. It's just so tough for me, bro. Bro or chick? No, Sean Barnes, bro. Miami, like, I feel like this is one where they're begging you to take that. They're begging you to take it because like there's a lot of 3-point regression on either side. So like this is one of those ones where it could almost be like perfect storm where nobody's hitting threes against Miami. Virginia Tech needs up their 3%. They just hit absolutely everything that moves. Aluma just has the ball zipping around because nobody can cover them. I just like they can score a million points as Charlie Moore and them. Like Charlie Moore is a pest, but like is he really going to physically overpower Storm Murphy? I don't know. It's just like it's a tough matchup. I feel like Miami just needs to stop taking so many jump shots and get more things going to the rim. And until I see them do that, like if I just see them taking jump shots, trying to go jump shot, maybe VTech starts off hot and then they just get in jump shot mode, and it's like, fuck. I just feel like they're begging me to take that, just like they're begging you to take Providence +8. You just killed my strong bet. Libby, who? Who? Let's talk about it. Who? What else do we have on the board until then? I like buying Blazers stock right now. I don't really want to take it, but I actually really think they've just kind of figured out you just like don't have all midget guards. Things might work out a little better because in the NBA regular season, just play a little bit of defense so you can get some wins. Nobody wants to play defense. Nobody wants to not turn the ball over. So just don't do those two things and you're kind of all right, even if you don't have as much talent. VCU or nothing, but we don't go against Davidson right now. They're on our list of don't bet against. By the way, we had the talk yesterday. If anybody else has any more suggestions, Libby, Wofford plus 5.5. No, I mean, I said it's too many points for me to get behind Chattanooga, so like I kind of understand it. I just think Wofford stinks. All the people that I liked are gone, so in my head I'm like, I don't like anybody here. They're not good anymore. When I watch them play, I don't think they're very good, so I have a problem. Sean, you're exactly right on VCU money line. I am having a problem with watching them on offense as of recent, but they are going to be able to. Baldwin on what's his face? Baldwin on Foster Lawyer is a fucking awful matchup for Lawyer. I know in the first matchup, when this was at Davidson, VC almost won, right? And I think Davidson hit like 50% from three. I'm all about fucking VCU. If you see my post, I'm all about Mike Rhodes. He's a fucking man. I love him standing up for his kids and shit. He's the fucking man. I will never be against the VCU. I got VCU. On the lean, Miami plus 5. Oh, sorry, bro. I just talked about that one. I can't. I think it's trappy. I just envisioned so many fucking Virginia Tech threes. And I love Miami. I'm a Miami guy. I gave out Miami as a plus 950 over Duke. I'm fucking having a hard time, man. Having a hard time with that. Why does Miami take so many jump shots when they have the ability to get to the rack so much more often? I get a lot of what you're good at, like all those things, but I just need a little bit. I like Charlie Moore's grittiness, but I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. Bonnie's, I moved over. I ended up sprinkling Bonnie's. I took some at I think I got minus 140, minus 145, minus 140 earlier. Anything around there. I just ended up, I don't think there's a ton of value on it, but I watched the end of the George Mason St. Joe's game, and Josh Aduro was a fucking mess. His ankle is so fucked up, and they rely on him so much. They're going to rely on him so much in this matchup, and without it, it's just got to kind of be like some like relatively untalented guards going against some pretty good perimeter defense. And that kind of seems like a recipe for wanting to be on the other side of that. That doesn't seem like it's going to turn out too well. Is there anything else on the board we didn't go over? Went over. Oklahoma, I just trust Porter Moser against whatever that vast expanse of a dumpster known as West Virginia is. Hey, if you're around, we called that one from like week 1. Just Taz Sherman-led offense in this kind of like atmosphere. Just can't quite do it. Oh, this Marquette game is going to bane in my fucking existence. So many people have asked about it. I feel like I have to fucking play it at this point. I got to go Marquette, man. I'm not playing this many points with a Seton Hall team that's playing like shit, in my opinion. I don't like the way that they play offense. They don't even get people the right spot, the ball, the right spots on the court or anything. They make people do extra work for no reason. Doesn't seem like a ton of continuity. It seems like a my turn, your turn offense. But and without Aiken, is Aiken playing? No Aiken, definitely I'm leaning Marquette. UCF Wichita, I think, is a super, super, super high variance game. Wichita is like 0-4 in conference and now is coming off of a COVID break. So and they got to get their shit together. They've been playing like shit all season, but it's an awesome spot against a UCF team that when Wichita's on offense, they're going to kind of be able to do what they want to do if they've implemented some stuff. Share the ball a little bit better. ETN stop doing some crazy shit. Maybe he's had a coming to Jesus moment. So I get it. If you're on UCF money line, I feel you. I think ETN, when he's playing well, and if he does get his shit together, is one of the best. I fucking love him. I think he's so good. So I'd rather be on Wichita there, but it's just that's such a high variance game for me. That's like one of those ones like yesterday with Michigan State, Illinois. Although we ended up on Michigan State, so we ended up on the right side of that. Michigan State or nothing. So you know what? Fuck it. Wichita State or nothing. Although that's like I'm inferring things, so you understand my reasoning for that. Grizzlies pancakes. My buddy called me about some Grizzlies pancakes. I feel that whatever it was. Who are they against the Spurs? Against the spunky Spurs, and they just beat the shit out of them. Just fucking swinging, beat the shit out of them. We have to pay is like, how quickly did it go from when they were undervaluing the Grizz like crazy to now we got to pay crazy prices on them, huh? Fucking happens fast. It happens fast. So many people are betting these days. People just bet shit up, and they just have put wider lines so people won't take it. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any reason why I take the Spurs. I just like these teams that are just so fucking overvalued in the market at present stance are scary to me. Like, I find it odd that people haven't caught on to the Clippers more. Maybe I'm walking into one with that, or people just think because the Clippers are the Magic are all healthy, something's okay with that. But it's like them. People won't give the Raptors the respect they deserve. I don't really want to take them in the spot today, but won't give them the respect they deserve. I don't know why. Who else is on this list? We went over Texas A&M, Indiana getting revenge on Penn State. I feel like more times than not, this turns into a bloodbath. I know the spread's wide. Chattanooga against, although Penn State's guards are fucking gritty, huh? I still think Indiana. It's something different there, and I don't really trust Lundy to keep it close there. It's probably gonna be hard for Penn State to score. I just think their guards are so gritty. Noogie over Wofford. We just talked about that. Wofford stinks. I think San Diego State or nothing. Drake or nothing for me. Both. San Diego State, I don't really want to. I just think there's probably better things to invest in than taking their guards on the road. But they're just pretty good at one point. They're pretty damn well coached. Dutch is a damn good coach. I would rather be on San Diego State than a Utah State team that, even if they have Ryland Jones back, who, if you have watched them play, is so fucking important. Even if they have him back, it's going to be hobbled. So how are they going to keep up, really? I think it's just going to be difficult. I think they're just so big, long, whatever. San Diego State. And then Drake over what can are they playing? They're not like a real can, but they're a can. They're playing some can. But I was a little weary about taking the -4 because I still don't think they're right. I don't like these high-usage freshmen that some of these older teams have. Like Boise State going super high usage with Tyson DeGenhardt, they have to do that. And then Drake doing the nepotism thing with the kid, coach's son. Yeah, against Illinois State, because Illinois State's guards are bigger. Who's going to guard Reeves? Probably, unless they have to throw, they can't throw Murphy on him. They need him to do something else. Yeah, I'm not sure who's going to guard Reeves. Interesting. Is Drake so gritty, man? You can trust him. But I don't like the Tucker DeVries kid taking so many shots. But I think Drake wins. Gotta at least lean in that direction. Do I have anything else? I don't think Oklahoma State's gonna lose, but I don't really trust them. The Duquesne line got away. I would have taken it at 4.5. I cannot take it now. It's too short with freshman guards. I need more than a field goal without freshman guards. And I lean LaSalle. I thought I was going to say UMass. I wanted to say UMass. I was like, wait, guards are way more experienced, yada, yada, yada. We love LaSalle. This is a sneaky UMass spot to go against the line movement. And you know what always pops in my head when I think of UMass? I don't think UMass ended up beating St. Louis with fucking Thatch and Linson ended up being in the lineup. We took them on like a big precursor that they wouldn't be. They just popped back in the lineup. But luckily we had a good shooting night and just anything. Well, that's why we always stress. If it's important players first night back in the lineup, don't touch that fucking team. We only fade those teams. Working star players, working important players back in the lineup there's never enough. People think that's like a positive. It's a fucking negative. It's a net negative. You're playing the opposite of what you should be doing. So I think it's LaSalle, man. LaSalle's guards are gritty. I've interacted with Jameer Brickus on Twitter before. I really, really like him. How do you feel about Arkansas and Ole Miss? I said I leaned Ole Miss based purely on the basis that Arkansas is a bunch of fucking crazy people, and I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. I can't. I don't. I'm not an Arkansas guy. They're so volatile. Like I can't lay this kind of. I can't ask a team that has a bunch of crazy fucking guards to keep it together for 5 minutes and get us a 5-point win on the road. It's just I'm not. I don't like that. I'd rather trust a team like Florida State where I know they're all on the same page. I know they're all in line. They know exactly what they want to do. At the same price, I can trust Florida State to get the job done over a Georgia Tech team that's shown me absolutely nothing this season. That would be my response, I think. It's because Arkansas, they'll do anything. Anything's possible with that team. Like Note, wild man. The only one I really like is Devo Davis, and I feel like he's just upset Moody left him alone because we had a good thing going. But if you really think about it, Arkansas last year, you're paying a lot of the price from last year, and you're just paying like a Musselman price. One thing about Eric Musselman, he has some dud teams because he is really good at identifying people that are good at things on the court. Like you're good on the court, locker room wise. Think about the people he's had. Dude, those Caleb and Cody Martin teams, the amount of talent they had, not just with those two, but relative to the rest of their league and relative to like fucking just college basketball, having like Cody Martin, Caleb Martin's a fucking wild man, super talented fucking wild man. Cody Martin's awesome. And having them, plus they had a couple other really good guys, they should have done like even more damage. I know they won some tournament games. They should have been going deep. But Caleb Martin's a fucking lunatic and played way too much selfish ball. Similar thing where he just put together, like for last year, for as much as he struck gold with Jalen Tate, because I'll tell you, Jalen Tate was everything on that team. He was a general. He is a true college basketball general, Jalen Tate. For as much as he got right with that one, he got everything wrong with this one. This Arkansas team does nothing this year. I promise you that. Whether they follow through on some road spot where I have to lay 5 points with them. I don't know. Florida, Tennessee, don't trust either team as far as I can throw them. I think people are just taking Florida because it's like, big spread, low scoring game. No, not for me. Those guards have problems. And if we're not going to we don't have Castleton to play defense against a Tennessee team that's going to attack the rim often. And, dude, Jordan Caroline. Yes, I couldn't think of it. How did they not go farther? You know what a lot of the end of those games was Jordan Caroline and fucking Cody Martin keeping it close and fucking Caleb Martin pulling some crazy shit. Jordan Caroline was awesome. What is Jordan Caroline doing right now? Bro, he was the man. Where is he playing? What country is he playing in? Italia. Nice. Jordan Caroline having a nice little, you think he's having a gelato? I hope Jordan Caroline's having a fucking delicious gelato right now. He fucking earned it. I love that guy. Great call out. Great call out, fun guy. Great fucking call out. So Tennessee for me, I think probably lean that way. It is a lot of points, but the talent disparity is pretty bad, huh? In this game. Pretty bad. Okay. I think we got through the whole thing. Another note, Bengals money line this weekend. I mean, I'm gonna have pancakes on pancakes on pancakes. I'm gonna have some serious problems. But I think I'm gonna have a lot of money on the Bengals. They're just damn, you got me thinking about this Tennessee game though. I feel like I didn't unearth everything I wanted to unearth about it. Just how do we trust Tennessee, dude? I mean, how do we trust Florida to get anything? How are they going to score a fucking point? And isn't Fulkerson just going to do whatever he wants? I don't see any reason to take Florida other than there's a wide spread. I see nothing. So I got to go with Tennessee. I just don't want. I don't want that. I don't trust Tennessee as far as I can throw them. I really don't want to. Man, well, what's the best conference in college basketball right now? Before we go, if anybody have any questions, yeah, I know Florida's aren't with Castleton out. They have problems, dude. Yep, Folky Field Day. Absolutely agree. I would lean Tennessee. Absolutely agree with you, for sure. And like, if you're gonna, the one thing I'll say is that maybe they turn over the young guards for Tennessee, but I think they can probably figure that out. And they're not like super athletically gifted, like they're smart. So like Tennessee can work through it and figure it out. But the Bengals are gonna win, dude. If you watch the fucking Bills game, they showed us the entire thing. They showed us the Bengals win in that game. They literally showed us it. Like on every defensive play, it was like, oh my God, the Bengals are going to feast on that. Oh my God, the Bengals are going to feast on that. Oh my God, you're not even just the play calling is what's going to end up killing you. People, somebody asked me that one of my super sharp buddies is all over the Chiefs. And he's like, how are the Bengals going to stop them? First of all, look at the Bengals secondary. It's got some fucking dogs in it. They've got some smart defensive ends that are going to be able to contain at least a bit. The other thing is the fucking Chiefs will stop themselves. Some of their play calling is fucking wild this year. It's wild because I think Andy Reid is more hip to fucking Mahomes' limitations than we are. I'm telling you. Cat's out of the bag on a lot of them. I think they're going to come with a good game plan. I think the Bengals are going to fucking win, man. They're going to score 50. Pressure is going to be on the Chiefs all game. Blue Jays roll Butler. I don't know, man. Because aren't they how do you believe Tim, however you believe the inside matchup goes? Because like I think Aaron Thompson, if nothing else, is a fucking unbelievable on-ball defender, and he can guard Nemhard. So that's going to be shut down, like a lot of his initiating. So they're going to they'll probably turn the ball over a few times trying to get it into Kalkenbrenner. Is anybody injured on Butler's front line? Because that's a lot they're going to be asking a lot of Enze and Golden. Fuck. It's still just them. Creighton's playing a lot better now, huh? I don't know, man. I got some fucking problems. I got some problems with that one. Wish we could. It'll be interesting to see how this matchup goes because this is a pretty black and white matchup for their second one that's in like 5 games. But I wonder how the matchup goes in that front court, how those two handle Kalkenbrunner because they're tough. I mean, Golden's not tough, but Enze is. But how the fuck Enze's supposed to guard him? That can't be that good. Right? That doesn't work out very well. Huh? No, they didn't really have to play Kalkenbrenner last year because they still had Jefferson and Bishop. So it's tough. I'm not sure, man. Butler overvalued at home. Yeah, I mean, this is theoretically not that dissimilar from them versus UConn, right? Like a front line plus one guard, and Butler really couldn't keep it close in those matchups. So, yeah, if Creighton's playing well, I can agree that maybe Creighton just comes out and kicks their fucking faces in. I got to go back to my core commandments. I've let a couple go. One of my core commandments is if you don't believe in a player, like I don't like to be mean, negative, whatever, but there's certain people that I don't believe in. I don't believe in their long-term success. I just don't really believe in them as players. When you get beat by that, like hammering the Heat the other night, what was that, like 3-4 nights ago? We hammer the Heat. They play like their not worst game, still have Jimmy Butler wide open layup. All he has to do is just nobody else in the restricted area even, just lay it in. And can't do that, then of course has to be the asshole that takes the 3 to try and win it after Trae Young misses 1 or 2. Of course he has to be that fucking guy. So, betting on people like that, like JD Note, like Jimmy Butler, like Walker Buehler, these are people that when you get kicked in the nuts. It's like I kicking myself in the nuts. Carson Wentz, what are you doing with Colts futures, kid? Why don't you have a Bengals future with Joey fucking B? Another tidbit. what year in the Chinese calendar is coming up in like a week. So by the Super Bowl, it'll be the year of the tiger. It's all coming out. Joey B is going to be, I know it's crazy because most of the time it's like, oh my God, he's going to come up short, whatever. Joey B might be that guy, the belief in that locker room. You should watch some of their YouTube videos and see if you get on board. Because I fucking believe, man. I believe so much. And just the matchups are going to be good. They're going to be really good. They're going to apply a lot of pressure on these teams. All right. I think we hit everything. Are there any more questionos before we wrap up on any other games? I think I fucking hit a lot of them, dude. It feels like I hit a ton of them. It really does. Valpo. I got a Chiefs. Hold on, I'll do Valpo in a sec. I got a Chiefs future at 6+600. A little worried. I mean, the AFC team's winning, so you got like a 50-50 shot at this point in my head. So you shouldn't be that worried. I don't think the NFC team. There's just no fucking way. For whatever like tiny advantage they might have on whatever team in the AFC, like their defensive line versus whatever, there's just no way they can keep up. These offenses are so much more talented. So much more talented. And I think both of these teams kind of stinking and back their way back into whatever. Valpo, like the Bucks didn't come to play. Like they just physically said, we don't want to do it this year, whatever. Our internal strife is too much. I think one thing you'd be worried about with the Chiefs, a lot of fighting on that fucking sideline. People are like, Tyrann Mathieu's going to come back and fix our back end. That literally at the end of the game was just letting people literally run free. Do you remember the Bengals game against them earlier this season? I get the Chiefs win that game 70% of the time. That exact version of the game they played. I get that one 70% of the time. Okay, they gave one away already. The Chiefs still need to come out and just flat out fucking win one. In that game, what did Chase have? 270 receiving yards? How many do you think he's going to have this time, kids? When they with like a banged up in the head Tyrann Mathieu, if not you think they're going to be confident after watching the end of that? You think everything's going to be repaired up all game when fucking Chase and them are applying pressure? No. It's going to be terrible. The defensive line's fighting with each other on the sideline, about to rip each other's heads off. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be worried about. The people that can't even fucking keep it together on the sideline. Dude, and your people are going to like minus like 350 on that? Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. You're taking Chiefs. Get the fuck out of here. If you already have it, I should have it. We all should have had it. Yeah, how hard is it to see them ending up at this point? But I think that price is crazy. I think this is crazy. I think what we all need to take from that last game is that the Chiefs fucking probably lose that game against the Bills a decent amount of time, but Tyreek Hill has just put himself at the point where, like, is there a more game-changing player than Tyreek Hill? Is there a player that changes the team more than Tyreek Hill? Anybody. I'll take anything, but that guy is fucking electric. Valpo +2, I can see you loving it. They kind of turned a corner recently, won the last two, tough fashion, failed in spots where they got it done in spots where they previously failed. A lot like our fucking Valpo +1,000 at Loyola, where they're up by 6 with a fucking minute 20, up by 4 with the ball with 50 seconds and somehow lose. But send it to double OT, so I have to feel fucking every minute of it and take a few years off my life. But yeah, I think matchup wise, inside. Do you think Cricky's going to be able to get anything on Mast? That's a little worrisome in that matchup. And they put a lot through him. But on the flip side, Terry Roberts is going to be shut down by Kobe King. So in terms of like extraneous pieces, who do you trust more? Damn, dude. Yeah. I mean, trust the guard play over because Kobe King will probably be able to get what he needs to get, right? You just trust the guard play to get it over them trying to go to Mast in a tight game. Maybe a deflection at a key time. Probably like I don't know, Kavian Taylor and Sheldon Edwards are just so high variance to me. The way both of them play too. Like literally it's like you'll watch a fucking 3-minute segment of a Valpo game and that Kavian Taylor guy will hit 2 threes in a row and fucking airball another one. It's just like, okay, alrighty. What are we doing? You like Niners plus 3.5. Shanahan just seems to own McVay. I don't know. I haven't thought about that one yet. It all comes down, can you stop the run? Because Jimmy G is Jimmy fucking G, right? We know what Jimmy G is going to do. Jimmy G is going to do the same thing all the time. I mean, they didn't score an offensive touchdown, right? Against the Packers? The Packers D isn't even that good. I feel like this narrative where like Sean McVay is a great coach is just going to continue in time and they'll somehow make it back there. But I don't know. Did they play earlier this season? Yeah, right? Oh, they've beat them a bunch of times in a row, haven't they? Somebody at the dog park was talking about this shit. They beat them 5 times in a row. 6 times in a row now. Oof. Yeah, that's a ruffian. That's a bad look. Yeah, I probably do like the Niners. He really does just own his ass. I don't know, man. Who do you trust more? There's a good question. Who do you trust more? And I got one question. Then let's wrap it up. Because I got to get holy shit, I've been live for an hour and 15. What the fuck? My coffee's cold. One more question for or who do you like better? That's who I would pick. Because I think the Niners defense will kind of do fine. Stafford stinks. Arguing with people about Matt Stafford's being good, and I also think you see the reaction to like Cam Akers on the sideline when he continues to fuck up. He's done this all season, and they're so fucking supportive. I get being supportive and stuff. I think they're soft as shit on the Rams. There's no way they're winning the Super Bowl. The Rams are fucking. I hope not, because I told the guy at the dog park I was gonna, or not the dog, whatever, in the morning play group I take them to. I fucking owe them like a shitload, a lot of zeros if fucking they win. I just made an offhanded remark, and it's getting eerily close to it happening. I just don't see a world where they win. I just don't see it. Yeah, I would take probably the Niners if they're just owning them like this, just consistently. I think I might have to. Here's my question. All right, we saw yesterday. I want to make a running list. I'm going to keep this list going, but it's good because this will ultimately end up forming a lot of our bracket at the end of the year. Who do you think is the biggest dick dropper in college basketball? We were taking polls yesterday. I realized a lot of the people that are getting dropped were like a Jabari Smith, people like that. And watching the game yesterday, if you watch any of that Auburn Mizzou game, it kind of reinforces a key point. By the way, Quanzo Martin, how the fuck are you not fouling? Well, a 4-second differential on the shot. You think you're going to get the ball back, run down the whole court, get the rebound, fucking just perfect rebound, and then just clear path all the way to like the other end to make a game-winning shot? How the fuck could you possibly in 4 seconds get all that done? That is the craziest shit. But it's really hard. Like, there's very few big men that like are good closers. It's just the way basketball works, because you got to get them the ball, and that's tough to do in key spots, especially when people are really trying on defense. And the bigger people get, right? Everybody's fucking 6'8" now. Really hard to get people the ball, especially when people know what you want to do. So with that being said, you can still pick a big guy, but who are your drop your dick closers? For me, on the list so far, I got Akbaji, even though fucking robbery the other day cost me a lot of money, robbery. Over Tech, that was fucking ridiculous. That play, I mean, you just gave him the game. A lot of these this year. I feel like this is sports betting getting involved. But Agbaji and Juzang for me are my two. If anybody has any, throw them in. Other than that, I'll wait for that. Other than that, I got Tulsa today, Evansville. I have some money line too. I think Northern Iowa stinks. I think something's up around there too. It's just stinky all over there. Florida State, Cal Baptist, awesome matchup. Clippers, a little bit of Eastern Tennessee. I got to figure out how to play that, but they should get a bunch of turnovers, easy buckets, just in a game with limited offenses. That stuff's the difference. And then some Bonnies with Oduro, super limited. That's a spot too. Or if you're watching and George Mason's making a bunch of shots early, but fucking Oduro's barely playing or limited, you just fucking should be loading up on every one of your books, just maxing out on Bonnie. No, okay, I should be saying that. I don't know what everybody else is doing. For me, the limits are low enough where I just have to max it out on a couple of books, but I will be doing that. But the concept, right? Adding little bits. How many units on Clippers? I just have one. I just have one on the Clippers. Orlando Robinson, haha jokes, but Bram Isaiah Mosley or Jaden Ivan. Fucking Orlando. I like Orlando Robinson. I do like him. Is he athletic enough to play in the NBA? I have questions. Isaiah Mobley, maybe not. Jaden Ivey needs more seasoning. I don't trust the ball handling on the two you just said. Like, I need somebody steadier. I need somebody there where if he has a good defender on him, like you've seen Ivy when he has a good defender on him, make some terrible decisions. Ivy also can't make a fucking free throw in clutch time. I got to drop him. Jaden Ivey's been dropped from the conversation. He can't make a clutch free throw. Okay. So we're going to have a lot of problems if he's my main guy because I can't do without that shit. You have to make free throws for me. Agbaji will make his free throws. Juzang, man, is good. Yeah, Isaiah Mobley. I know who he is. I know Mosley. Yeah, he's a little bit of a bog. Banchero's not a bad one because you can give him the ball further out. He is that guy. You give the ball further out. I still think, and maybe we're going to end up getting some value on it. I still think Duke wins. Duke is the best if everybody knows what they need to do, and the key part, and it's starting to happen now, which Trevor Keel's going out is probably going to end up being a blessing. This team can, if as long as Jeremy Roach is the head of this spear, Duke can win the national championship because we can match up with anybody. Our top five of Roach, Keels, Wendell Moore, Paolo Banchero, and Mark Williams. We can match up with anybody in the country. When you slip out, you can slip out Mark Williams for AJ Griffin, and you can just match up with absolutely everybody in the country. You have dominant advantages over everybody in the country. Once we figure that we play awesome defense, we're long as shit. Jeremy Roach is ascending to where he needs to go. I still think Duke can win the national championship, and I think we can. I mean, this team is destiny. It's not just the Coach K thing. It really is. This team's that good. We just have a lot of things to learn. They're learning games where it's like at the very end of games, they don't exactly know what to do yet. These are valuable lessons they're going to learn later. It's the kind of thing where in close games in the tournament at the end of the season, they're going to know exactly what to fucking do. They're going to know exactly what to do by then because they're going to have tried 20 different things that have failed. Orlando Robinson is too slow. I agree. Not athletic enough. Before I thought he was. I thought it was maybe like he needed to hit the weight room when he was younger, but now I'm starting to realize he might just be not as athletic, and that's the way life goes. I'm interested. For me, it's still Agbaji and Juzang. Nobody else has put themselves in that conversation for me right now in basketball today. Just because they're guard, it's easier too. I love Alondes Williams. Maybe not enough side. Alondes Williams, I've said before, I think he finds his way into the NBA. I don't know how, but Alondes Williams will be in the NBA, and we're all going to be like, fuck, he's on the bench in the NBA. No shit. And I'm not talking about just like COVID NBA, where like, it's much easier to, get you in a roster. I mean, I think that guy's a good basketball player. I think he's very good at basketball. Who's the top? All right, let me just look. I want to see who. Let me just look at the top of like points per game, and then we're out of here. I'm going to look. No idea who's leading the country in points. Johnny Davis. Fuck. Johnny Davis goes on that list. Sorry, Johnny. I feel bad. I'll keep that as a list running for right now. Johnny Davis is kind of that guy, huh? He's definitely that guy. Okay. I see why somebody was talking about Kendrick Davis yesterday. I didn't realize how high up on all these different stats lists he is. By the way, impressive loss for Wyoming. Granted, coach's kid can't hit fucking 2 free throws to end the game, but so they cover. But hey, impressive game nonetheless from Wyoming and Graham EK. You just can't get in front of Boise State right now. They're one of those you just can't get fucking. Nah, I don't forget about Keegan Murray. I like Keegan Murray. Yeah, I like Keegan Murray. He's good, but he's also like a guard. And you see at the end of games, is he always about a guy getting the ball? Not really. It's tough. You need to be a guard or you need to be super assertive. But it's hard when you're like that big. You just like, you get doubled. People get under you. It's like a guard can just kind of do what the fuck he wants, right? And I don't know if Keegan Murray's developed the kind of like all-around scoring game. Like he can like spot up shots. He can definitely hit. Does he have a turnaround game, Keegan Murray? How do you feel, besides a hook, I mean, but like a turnaround jump shot? How do you feel about Northwestern +8 coming off, Michigan coming off a big win? I'm not paying this fucking price on Michigan. If it was like 5, maybe I'd consider it. I don't. You can't trust Northwestern though. It's like what happens in this game? You can't trust those guards. But I think Audige being on that Devontae Jones kid because I don't know. I think he was a little bit of a swing and a miss. Unlike who was the kid they brought in from Columbia last year to run the show who just did fucking awesome, and it was like, what's your face? You're a genius, Mikey. Oh, he was so tough. God damn it! What was his name? Anybody got it? Mike Smith, yes, Mike's cool. Thank you. Wow, Smith is what I couldn't fucking think of. But I don't think Devontae Jones is really that guy. I guess Houston's shooting a lot better. But I don't know. You know what I can't get out of my head and why I can't bet on Michigan right now? I can't get out how fucking Hunter Dickinson and whether was it Houston or no Brandon Johns just sat out of a couple games after because they didn't feel like physically conditioned enough in like Big Ten games. It's like, bro, get in there and help your fucking team that's getting beat by 30 every night. I don't care if you're tired. Play 5 minutes. This might be a reach, but Isaiah Brockington is really special. No, I think he's special. I think he's a special leader more than anything else, which I think is what makes him so special. Isaiah Brockington is going to end up in the NBA. He kind of has to at this point. With the jump shot he's developing? No, I agree with you, man. I don't think I can put Brockington on this list where it's like best closers in the country because he's not quite skilled enough, in my opinion. But in terms of like gritting your way into the NBA and finding a way onto a roster because he's big enough, right? And then his pull-up jumper is how far his pull-up jumper has come to the point where now he has a good stroke, good form and stuff. He's pretty consistent, and he's playing a huge role on this team. So like he'll get more open shots in the future. So if he proves he can hit like a decent percentage from here, kind of like you saw Desmond Bane, people respect his skill, even though he shot poor percentages because he was on a dumpster fucking TCU team where he was the only offensive option. But now you see him now, it's like, oh shit, Desmond Bane's mad nice. Can't compare the two. Desmond Bane has nicer offensive skills. You know, we're still talking about an Isaiah Brockington that was like a 50% free throw shooter to start his career, right? So we're going from a point, right? We're going from a guy that like couldn't figure out 30% from three, and now is up to 36, which we're probably going to end the season around like 32, 33, something like that. So we just have to continue to progress. He's a hard worker. I would like him to progress. I like him. But do I think he necessarily gets it done? I don't know. But yeah, I think Brockington has a chance. Not quite as skilled. Like I need to see a little more of the skill translate. Like, he's a tough Philly kid. I think he gets there. How long you been betting for? I started. Me and my buddy started like circling NBA games. We were like, I don't know, in like 5th grade or something at the in front of the bagel line, and then like I think we did that for like 6 months, and then I jacked my mom's credit card and started opening different accounts. Like back when it was like Bodog, Bovada, all of those fucking things. Where you just open it. My mom had a lot of Jean Line and a lot of, or whatever, different last name now, so I could see that, whatever. Had a lot of betting accounts back in the day when I was a little kid. So I just slowly figured it out. Like I went through all the phases where like I thought the line like was actually like implied odds for the game, like all different thing like that. Yeah. Like I've just gone through every phase. I mean, my background, I'm a civil engineering kid. Lehigh, actually. I leaned them today. I civil engineering at Lehigh and then went to work for a big fashion company. I didn't like any engineering shit. Went to work for a big fashion company I ran a strategy group there, just like flying around the world, making it more efficient, aka firing the shit out of people for a big fashion company for like 6-7 years. And then I kind of floated around doing all kinds of different shit in New York for a couple months and moved out to Vegas. But I was going to accept a job in California, actually, happenstance. One of my best friends from college is a big poker player out here. So I ran into it. But I've been like, you know, I've been betting for a really long time. I've always subsidized whatever money I needed with it. Biggest beer you've hit? Beer. I don't drink anymore. I smoke weed, but I don't drink beer. Oh, biggest bet I've hit? No, fucking idiot, Jake. Biggest bet I've hit, the Braves this past season. I was loading on, if you were following me, you knew I was loading on the Braves since like fucking, I don't know how long out, but I played them up until the day they won the fucking World Series because I just knew that one. It's just like I fucking knew it. So I literally was betting on the Braves no matter what every day. If you guys saw it, it's literally no matter the odds, no matter the situation, I was just loading on the Braves. So by the end of it, with all the futures I had and everything, the Braves World Series this year was fucking absurd for me. Absolutely fucking absurd. But I don't know. I'll tell you this much. The Bengals, the amount that I risk on the Bengals this weekend is going to be pretty high, just because of risk reward. Like it's like just because what I thought, like what I think relative to what I think is going to like what I see with my eyes relative to what they're telling me the price is one of the biggest gaps I've fucking like ever seen. I just don't understand. I'm not saying what my unit size is, brother. If you guys see me on here, whatever, you guys see I'm on these things just posting, walking around in the desert fucking half the time at Red Rock. I mean, I support myself with it. So I have like a fucking house and shit that like I support myself with. I own it. So I don't know. I mean, I can't because I got anybody else that follows me. You saw I went away for like I was traveling around because everybody can see I'm traveling around. I'm here. I know it wasn't somebody from TikTok, but I got my house got broken into, got fucking shitload of stuff robbed in like April of this year or whatever. So I can't be flashing tickets. I'm not doing anything like that. Motherfuckers that did it, I keep my shit at Red Rock. It's sitting, most of my cash is sitting in fucking at Red Rock at a million different other fucking books around Vegas. Not in my pockets, not in my house, motherfuckers. But I put enough where I do this. I invest in like some crypto, some other shit. I was trading NFTs before I got fucking bored of it. Whatever. But like I don't have a 9-to-5. I haven't for 2 years now. So yeah, I work with some other people. When I don't post picks for a couple of days or something, it's because somebody bought them. Like there's certain times where like I have picks and I have a certain set of picks where like I'm super confident and I have certain people and like I just can sell and like, you know, I'm never going to try and charge anything on here. I'm never going to promote things unless people are giving free shit to us, literally free shit. And I have no, like, this is only to give back. So yeah, I make my money off picks, all of that one way or another, a different million things. You know what the other biggest bets I ever had was that Texas Tech run when Chris Beard got there, because I fucking knew that one from Arkansas Little Rock. I've been watching him the whole time. And during that run, like not only just because they were so undervalued to begin the season, not just getting them all the way to the championship, but that run there. And that year I had the bracket, like, because I had them in UVA in the bracket. Worked out really well. That was another one of the ones. But it's usually about people. You can usually figure it out with people, like the type of people it is. That's why that's what got me into it, is that I noticed when I was like young, I grew up on the 90s Yankees. I grew up on fucking 90s Duke. So I grew up on like Shane Battier and them. I grew up on Derek Jeter. I grew up on all these like people these teams that played the sport the right way and had really good locker rooms. And you just kind of see people that are like kind people that win in life, tend to win at games and shit, whatever too. So I'm just like, I like the psychological aspect. That's why you see me reference like fucking team chemistry and shit a lot. Cause that's what I like. That's why I like it the most. It's like you make special shit happen with, you know, whatever, with a fucking ball. But yeah, so sorry, bro. I'm not going to say what my unit size is. I've flashed some tickets on here and shit before, but, I'll put it this way, significantly more than anybody that's watching. I promise you that a lot. But I don't know, relative to a lot of other people, like you'd be like, I don't know. It's different living out in Vegas. Like what you think is a lot, putting on something is like different for everybody. It's the same thing with any investing. Like what somebody thinks is like a lot is somebody else is not a lot. But am I putting like 6 figures on games? No. Am I putting 5 figures on games? Depends. Depends. Jared Cannon here coming up over Derek Brunson. I've been talking about that one for a while. I will have fucking that's gonna be the biggest UFC bet. We should have had more on Figgy. I should have stuck to my guns and ended up fucking telling everybody to just pancake the shit out of it. I thought he won 4 rounds to 1 again. That was the one we were looking at all week. Our Figgy one. Now the one we're looking at all week. This line's wrong. This line's fucking wrong. I have a decent amount of plus 285. I have a decent amount of plus 280. Chiefs over is tempting. Bro, I don't think anything about the Chiefs is tempting. They're like fighting on the sideline, getting it done off pure also. Like, dude, the Bills, first of all, who thought over the entirety of the whole season, who thought the Bills' defense was good? Did anybody think the Bills' defense was good? No. I don't think. I think they stink. I think the Bills' defense stunk all season. Now let's look at the actual game and how did the Chiefs win? On some fucking ridiculous plays from Tyreek Hill. That fucking punt return was stupid. That was one of the fucking, it was like a video game, just like Joey sticking around, like spin, circle, fucking this, truck stick, this, just absurd. And then that the run he had where he just broke it and just took it, and everybody took a terrible route to him when he blew by everybody for like the 70-yarder. The Travis Kelce one at the end so that they tied it. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Just a complete seam right down the middle to the fucking best tight end in football. What else were they going to do? There are two guys on the field. That's all you cover. Make Pringle beat you. Make somebody else beat you. That was the stupidest thing on the entire planet. I feel like they got gifted it. And you know why I think they got gifted it? I think the football gods gave them that and then gave the Chiefs the coin flip because the year of the Tiger is coming up, right? Shortly we have Year of the Tiger. What are they? A breed of what? And the Bengals match up poorly with the Bills. Because I actually do think the Bills secondary with Hyde and shit back there would have had a better handle on what the Bengals were doing and shit like that. And then just, I don't know, a little more running out of Allen shit. Like, I just think the Bills were a worse matchup than the Chiefs. The Chiefs, the biggest problem with the Chiefs, yeah, they're super talented. They're fighting with each other on the sidelines. They can barely fucking keep it together. They can barely hold it together. Like, their D-line wants to rip each other's heads off. They're like 2 seconds from swinging at each other. Or am I not worried about Matthew and the corner coming back? Bro, it's communication is the biggest problem. I get that Matthew might be back for a bit, but they've been blowing coverages all season in the secondary. I mean, I think the biggest problem is, like, I don't know, it's something to do with the personalities and the team chemistry on this team. Because, I mean, what the fuck? What else are they going to they're just, dude, there's people like just not even near anybody on the field. And do you remember the first match? It's not like that was last week. The first match with the Bengals, Jamar Chase was just by himself. And not only the problem with the Chiefs in terms of coverage, the tackling last week of the Chiefs. Like, anytime fucking Josh Allen rolled out, it looked like he was like the slipperiest thing since like fucking a raw fish or something. It's like he's just sliding through. People are jumping on themselves, do all kinds of crazy shit. There's no discipline. What the, like, it's just absolutely crazy. And no, I'm not worried about them coming back because I don't think it can solve the problems. I think it's such a higher level. Like Josh Allen, dude, if you come around my channel, Josh Allen is Josh Allen. I'm not getting on the same fucking boat everybody else is on because he can hit a guy that has nobody near him for 5 yards. He's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Yeah, I think he's like pretty good. Do I think he's some elite quarterback? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Hit the road. You're fucking crazy. He's fucking average. He's okay. And they have some good offensive scheming, some other things. Although all the Bills had to do was like stop the Josh Allen runs for like 3 yards and stupid plays, wasting it, and just tear the fucking Chiefs apart downfield. They weren't getting any pressure. Another thing, the fucking Bengals O-line, the struggles. I get it. Chiefs, first of all, we know that D-line ain't rushing as one. They're rushing as I'm Chris Jones. I'm Melvin Ingram. Not Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram? Yeah. Ingram. Melvin Ingram. They're rushing individually, not as one. You don't beat a team with a bunch of ones. You know what? I want to pull something up here. I want you to listen to, or you know what, people can pull it up, but go listen on the Bengals thing to Chris or CJ Uzoma's like post. I've been following the Bengals all season. I love Joey Burrow. I've always loved Joey Burrow. So I've been watching their like after on their YouTube channel, the Bengals like social media people post like whatever speeches. Like a lot of teams do that. The Cowboys do that too. I know because I watch theirs. But like give out game balls, all of that shit. CJ Uzoma is like the team, the heart and soul of this team. He's the guy that speaks at the very end, like whatever game ball people sometimes speak, a super impressive one. But then CJ Uzoma speaks, and his thing all year has been, why not us? Why not us? Maybe you've seen that shit, the why not us? And then this last one, I forget whether it was either against the Raiders or the Titans, the last one, He's like, yo, franchise says enough with this why not us shit. It is us. Like all this shit. He's like, we're those fucking dogs, boy. This is our fucking year. We're winning the whole thing. And I was like, yo, they are winning the whole thing. When I watched it, bro, they walk around and they call Joey B franchise. They call him either Joe Burr or franchise. As a fucking Joe B's special. He really is special. And I think the other thing we need to think about, yeah, I was on the Titans against the Bengals. That's why I don't have a Bengals fucking futures ticket. Because I was like, they're going to fucking run into like the Titans or one of these matchups against a really good D line that's over. Dude, this defense is better than people think. It's just better than people think when it's all together. The secondary is pretty good. They're going to play a lot of dime. I would just play tons of dime all game. If we have the corners to do it, we have the extra safeties to do it. We have enough people. We can keep people fresh enough. Let's play dime all fucking game. That's what I would do if I'm fucking what the fuck is their faces? The Bengals. As a Browns fan at any team in the AFC North, I want the Bengals to win. Yeah, dude, because it's Joey B, dude. He's just the coolest fucking cat on planet Earth, and it's a level of self-confidence he has. That's what it is. It's just like that ruthless fucking Tom Brady self-confidence. Although if you hear the shit, like, have you ever heard Ed Ogeron talk about Joey B? Like back when it was him, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, what's his face? That's the middle linebacker for LSU, Patrick Queen, that whole crew that won, and like really built the whole thing late. Apparently, they used to run their own practices, like in the summer and shit. All the players, like Ed Ogeron, would have like recruiting visits and stuff. Maybe somebody else saw this clip too, but they would have recruiting visits, and he'd walk in, and they would be like, and somebody would be like, "Oh yeah, coach, the whole team's there," and it would just be complete player-run practices with 100% attendance in like the middle of the summer at random times, or like spring training and stuff, just like at like weird hours in the morning, at like 9 a.m. So like that kind of respect you command. He's just a unique man. He's a unique man. Yeah, 2 years ago, Burrow and Chase were doing this in the national championship. Exactly. And they're best friends. They sat out the year together. And then apparently him, Justin Jefferson, all them, apparently the summer before that championship year, they all got together and they were like, all right, since Joey B won the job, we'll get together and throw. They all caught 10,000 balls from Joey B. Each of them, 10,000 during that spring, summer, whatever it was. I mean, that's the kind of shit that's like that psychopathic behavior where you hear about Tom Brady like texting everybody like fucking before the few nights before the game, like, yo, the corner that's gonna be covering you has weak feet, like shit like that. Like that's the kind of shit, because most people aren't doing it. Most people aren't gonna have that level of preparation, toughness, etc. That's what gets it done. Gotta get Jets. Oh, Queen to the Bengals? Yeah, that would be sick. Just make it LSU. LSU? Yeah, I like Queen a lot. I mean, I like everybody that came from that. I feel bad for Ed O, man. I think that guy was an amazing like recruiter, combiner, or whatever of talent. All right. Fucking A, dude. Who is Katie O'Neill? Don't know who you are. Dude, I need to figure out how this app works, but people that invite me to go live and it's a girl that is going to sit there, and I think that's what people do to get views or something. It's not, we have nothing to talk about. This is purely for sports. I'm sorry, Chica. Purely for sports, purely for me to help out, answer questions, and apparently rant, because we've been going for an hour and 40 minutes now. I'm spent. Last round, last questions, and then we're out. Good chat, though. I like the chat. We'll do it again tomorrow. We got 2 more of these this week, eh? All right. Anybody else? And we'll wrap up shop. All right. All right, boys. Have a good night. If anybody has any other questions, just comment them in whatever today's post. And yeah, have a wonderful. Fuck, today's Wednesday. Yeah. Ooh, they just announced Oliveira versus Gaethje. Fuck yeah, that's sweet. You like to hear that. I feel like Charles Oliveira is going to go to sleep. All right. Have a good one, guys. Oh, shit. Enjoy. Oh, that's why. It's the wrong computer. All right. Have a good one.